Shorties in the city moving slow. 3500 for the coat. Only real niggas keep you float. Only true niggas.
So it's finally here. Drake's 8th studio album, Scorpion, dropped. It wasn't just one album. It happened to be 2 albums, a A-side and a B-side. One hip-hop, the other one R&B. I would have thought we never see Drake do a whole R&B album, but we finally got it. How do you feel about it?
Man, I like that he did it, because a lot of people don't want to hear that R&B shit, and a lot of his pop fans don't want to hear that rap shit, because he is a pop artist, one of the biggest pop artists right now.
Right.
So I like that he separated them. That's a really good thing. Now people can look at side A, which is the rapping side, and be like, is this a good rap album? And someone can look at side B and like, yeah, is this a good R&B album? Instead of having like Views where he goes from hype and some really up-tempo, really hard bars to like one dance. Like, that was not the greatest transition ever.
Right? Yeah, because like...
So I like what he did here.
Give the album views about 4 more records, and that's pretty much a double album as well. It's pretty much that. It's crazy because like Drake's been, I guess, kind of teasing he was gonna do an R&B album since like So Far Gone days. The rumor was always he was always gonna drop another mixtape. It was gonna be R&B. It was gonna be called Never Enough. He always alluded to it in some of his songs, Never Enough, but it never came. And it's like we finally got it with Scorpion. And I think in not a recent interview, but a while back, Drake did an interview where he said he wouldn't drop a full R&B album until he's like 40 years old, where he has like a stay at Las Vegas and he's just performing there every night.
Like a residency, like Celine Dion.
There he goes, yeah, a residency. I wonder what was his mindset for this one though. Like, you think he got inspired to do like a double album from Pac Eyes on Me all the way down to Biggie's Life After Death?
Jay-Z Blueprint 2, I believe, the double album also.
Was the double album? Okay.
But yeah, I think he did this because he heard all the criticism. A lot of people, it's gotten even louder right now since the Views, which he didn't really, was mostly singing basically. Because before Views, he dropped If Your Uranus Is Too Late. That was purely rap. Everyone loved it. That was just rap and swag rapping club bangers. After that, he came with Well Time to Be Alive with Future. Not a bunch of club bangers and rapping. Then he dropped Views. A lot of people are disappointed because they don't really like Drake singing. They like the pop in the club records. So Views was kind of disappointing. He dropped More Life. A lot of people didn't like the Caribbean flavor he was going with and the UK flavor. I liked it, but a lot of people didn't like it. So I guess on the Scorpio thing, he's saying, let me just separate it. Let me get the rap fans what they want, R&B fans what they want, pop fans still have Nice for What and God's Plan. So I think on this one he really satisfied everyone.
Right, yeah. So what side are you liking better, the A side, the B side?
Man, I'm rocking with the A side very heavily. The A side, in my opinion, is almost flawless. I don't really care for Drake doing a bunch of pop records because all his pop records are basically him sucking up the vibe from another culture and just trimming it down and making it acceptable to the American culture. Basically, that's all his hit records.
Yeah, very true.
On this album, he basically gave us a lot of Drake, a lot of personal bars. The lyrics were very dense, a lot of double entendres. Like, the only flow he kind of sharked up was the Migos flow a little bit, which everyone does that, so I'm gonna give him a pass.
Yeah,
but I liked all 12 tracks on the A side. What about
the
you?
A side? Yeah, I'm leaning towards the A side as well. I didn't think at this point of his career like Drake would I feel like he's going back to his roots with his A side. It's so crazy because like Wanda has always been on like every single project, but like on that track 8 out of 10, like that just sounds like comeback season Drake. And I know that might sound crazy, but I don't know, his flow just sounds like very Drake. I guess his charismatic, the way he carries himself makes the record more. And then when you look at that mixtape, like Drake's not sure of himself, he's still finding himself, but like Wonda's on like. Am I saying the name right? Wanda?
Mostly. Boy Wonder.
Yeah, Boy Wonder.
He's on most of the tracks.
He's on most of the track.
Yeah, he's on at least 50%.
Yeah, and the beats just...
And even if he's not the lead, he's like in the studio.
Yeah.
Because his name's on the credit. So.
Yeah, like the vibe just sounds like that, and that's why I'm like heavily messing with A, because it just reminds me like why I fell in love with Drake as an artist and his music. Like, if you were a fan of Drake for I'm confusing that one. It's Comeback Season. Room for Improvement was his Comeback Season was the one I meant to say, not Room for Improvement. Room for Improvement was his first tape. That's like way too early. I might know like one joint there, but Comeback Season was the one I meant to say. But if you became a fan of Drake like So Far Gone, then you went back to Comeback Season, and then Thank Me Later, if you're around that time, I feel like you should love this album. Now, if you're a fan of Drake's like big records, like him, like you were like saying, him soaking up other cultures, like Take Care, he took
Jamaican Drizzy, Drizzy Marley, UK Drizzy,
Houston Drizzy,
Drizzy from the Bay.
Yeah. Like, if you're...
You ain't getting none of that.
Yeah, and it's like... And I see some comments where some people say, like, yo, this is a pretty weak Drake album, but I'm like, no, this is, like, what Drake is. Like, it's so crazy. Like, the things people like to critique Drake are the things I feel like people are complaining that's not on the album, you know? Like...
Yeah. I think people wanted more of that Free Smoke hype. You know, those songs that are just club bangers when they ain't really saying much. Worst behavior.
Yeah. Like
that goes off, but he ain't saying nothing in that. He just says worst behavior a million times. But that shit goes off because the beat bangs. But on this album, the lyrics is really dense. He's going at what do you think about the shots at Kanye and Pusha all over the album?
All over the album? I like it. I like this approach he took, where it's like it's not a whole track indirecting them. Like directly aim at them. Is just like, oh, there's like some of these bars to Pusha T, but I'm glad he didn't waste a whole track on them.
Yeah, this is very Jay-Z like, bunch of subliminals at everyone who is currently has beef with. Very Jay-Z-esque. Also, I guess him and Jay-Z squashed the beef because Jay-Z's on Talk Up, the 11th track on the album.
Right?
So I guess they're not beefy no more.
Yeah, and back to one of the thing, like where if you're gonna complain about him not having a whole track for Pusha T, I mean, if you're a real fan, like not just a Drake stan and you actually like fuck with hip hop, you know Pusha T won the beef. So it's like if you already had that mindset that Pusha T won it, you didn't need a whole track dedicated to Pusha.
You don't need a whole track of him, especially if that track wasn't even better than Story of Adidon. Well, not even better because Drake could make a better song than that, but Drake would have to come on some real disrespectful, grimy shit,
right,
to really like beat Pusha T. It's not even about the song quality anymore in this beef. It's way past that. You got to be on some disrespectful shit.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't gonna come with that, it's not even worth it doing it. It's better he just like subliminally disses him in some hot songs and some really well put together songs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he dealt with it the best possible way, and he dealt with the kid thing the best possible way. Also.
Yeah, I seen some people were honestly saying too that like Pusha T Pusha T ruined the album because Drake was talking about his kid more. But on the A side, it's only on what, Sandra Rose or Emotionless?
Where he's talking about a kid?
Yeah, where he's like, I wasn't hiding my kid
from the world. I was hiding the word from my kid.
Yeah, it's like I don't think Pusha T made him say that.
He also said the only dead beats around here is the beats that I'm rapping to. That was a fire bar, by the way. Pusha T definitely made him say that, but that's a great fucking bar.
Right? Yeah, and then like even
but I don't think he could have handled this better. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you can't hate Pusha T if you fuck with hip hop, like, or you just don't know no history of Pusha T, or you're just a Drake stan. Like, it's mind boggling that like some people would hate Pusha T that much, or it's like he hasn't been on the charts. But like, do your Googles and like, you know, one of the tracks where I feel like he alludes to Pusha T heavily is
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. There he goes. Yeah, like the record where I feel like he's not really like dissing Pusha T, but him having like the interlude or the Instagram thing about Plies is directed towards Pusha T, and I think that's kind of classy too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we're not talking about you.
And definitely when he said your wifey was definitely talking about Pusha T's wife on that one.
Yeah, definitely,
100%.
Yeah, so.
And Kanye really caught the most bars though. Kanye caught several jabs. I think Kanye got all the jabs on this one, boy.
Yeah,
Too rich for who, you just got rich again. That's a reply to Kanye saying too rich to fight you, calm down your light skin on the Yeah album. That's a reply to that.
Right. And
when he's talking about snakes over the bother, because if you know their neighbors in Calabasas, they're arguing about pools and whatever. That's definitely a jab at Kanye again.
And then on the last track, like Kanye still gets it on Is There More, where you allude to the whole Walt Disney line.
Yeah, y'all niggas rats and Mickey Mouses and goofs, so like rats and like goofies.
Right, and you remember like Kanye had that infamous, "I'm the Walt Disney."
Oh, I'm Walt Disney.
Steve Jobs.
You don't got the answers, Sway.
Yeah,
Steve Jobs. Yeah.
So it was cool.
Oh, and also on 8 out of 10. Drake even starts it out by saying, "Who grips the mic and likes to kill their friends?" That's with Kanye being on stage, saying, "Yo, this in Hove, this in Cali, this in Drake for free." Saying, "Hove, don't kill me. I know you got killers, bro."
Yeah, so like it looks like we referenced track 8 out of 10, like what, 3 times already. So I guess if you were looking for the track where like you want to hear, I guess, a Pusha T diss and a Kanye who like they're all getting it, it's 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. I would say Sandra's Rose that went in a lot with his kid. Kiss my kid on the forehead and kiss her ass goodbye.
Yeah, but Sandra Rose not really like. I guess, yeah. But I think like if you were just looking at specifically like if you're not gonna soak up the album and you were just looking at Pusha T diss, it would be 8 out of 10. I guess is the closest thing you would get to out of the project for sure. What else? Let's get to the highlight of the project. I guess. Well, we're still on A side, by the way, and it's the Talk It Up, the Hove record.
This song goes super hard. Shout out to DJ Paul. DJ Paul killed this. Drake killed this. Hove killed this, in my opinion. For when I first heard it, I was like, Hove was good, but Drake was kind of But the more I listen to it, apparently Tidal has a newly mastered version, according to her OVO affiliate. Tidal got the official mastered version.
Yeah, I mean everyone got a.
And the Tidal version does sound different. Everyone got the update.
Everyone got the update now.
After the update, this shit is straight fire.
Right.
Fire.
Right. Yeah, I think when we were listening to it, you said like, "Yo, you heard it." Then when I guess we're like, I was on the fence about it because I was like, I felt like Hove's was kind of lazy with it. But then after like the 4th or 5th listen, and it's crazy, like you said, like the track got remastered. So did that make the record sound better? Like,
yeah, it sounds like they took out like there was like a Still Dre sample on the beat. I think they took that out. I took it because on the original one, it sounded like they sampled the whole 2001 and fucking Sure the Compton album. So like DJ Paul sampled the whole shit.
Yeah.
But on this new one, it sounds like it's just Dope Man. It's mostly Dope Man with some drum patterns around it. So I like this newer version.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. Then it just grew on me. So I don't know if that played a factor. But yeah, the whole verse, it's cool. It's a cool whole verse.
What do you think about the X?
The X line and the whole Zimmerman.
Yeah, y'all killed X and let Zimmerman live. Streets is done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess. I who was it? Did Waka Flocka complain about the whole line?
Yeah, Waka Flocka said you got money, so you should like hire the hit. Basically, that's what Waka was saying. Allegedly, by the way.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to don't use this as a fucking quote, guys.
Yeah.
But, allegedly.
We'll get to it. Yeah, like if you the brief history of Hove stating that he's not just randomly coming after Zimmerman. I think Zimmerman had an auction where he was actually selling the gun that killed that he used to kill Trayvon Martin and
he, I believe he threatened Hove's life too, saying he's gonna kill him.
Right? Yeah, and I think because Hove had a line on him. Hove did an interview or had a line on some song. And that's where like their whole.
I think he did an interview. Then Zimmerman saw the interview, then threatened to kill him. And Hove said, "Try that shit with a grown man. I left you bleeding with my own hands, and then hop back in the coupe." That song where you replied to Zimmerman that one, and then you said something about him again on this one. So that's where the whole beef. Well, not even beef, because I think Zimmerman garbage, but
Yeah, but it's yeah. So and I guess in that sense, it's like I appreciated Hove coming out and like saying that. At first, like when I was thinking that, like when I was on the fence of the record, I'm like, bro, I don't know if I need woke Hove when Drake didn't take that route, but it's cool. I mean, I like it. The beat's the highlight of the record, and that's what puts it over the top. So again, shout out to DJ Paul.
What do you think about the line where Drake is allegedly talking about X when he says Louis bags for body bags? Do you think that's at X, or you think that's just a random bar?
Nah, I don't think, not at X, random bar. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I feel like I don't even want to, I don't think, maybe. I mean, X did come out and said some wild shit about his mom, right? I forget what he said.
Yeah, X did say he was trying to fuck his mom.
Like, to someone you didn't know.
And was posting pictures with his mom.
Yeah, like.
So that wasn't, yeah, that's really, like, X definitely did cross the line.
Yeah, and like to Drake, you had no physical, emotional attachment to this guy. First, he alludes to, which I think he did, he stole his flow on Look At Me. So it's like,
Look At Me.
Yeah, so it's like you're already feeling some type of way where it's like, he might be right, but it's like, you know, you still like, nigga, shut up, you're dragging this on too long. And then he posted a picture of his mom where it's like, bro, what the fuck? I never want to say you wish, I don't know, it was just a wish death on anyone, but it was probably just a play on words that did allude to X, you know?
Man, R.I.P. X.
R.I.P. X, man, R.I.P. X. But yeah, I feel like we shouldn't give a grade to like A side and a B side to get like together. I feel like it's two separate projects. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
How do you feel about out of 5 on the A side?
I'm feeling a strong 4.5 right now. I would say these 12 songs stack up against the rap songs on any of Drake's projects. I would say this is the most lyrical depth we've ever gotten from Drake and the most personal he's ever gotten. So I'm giving this a solid 4.5 right now. We'll see what happens in a year from now. I'm
gonna go 4.2, 4.3. I'm gonna go with, yeah, like, this is like, I feel like the most focused Drake is just on one sound. You know, it's not like views where we got Jamaican Drake. What else we got? We got Jamaican Drake. We got Party Next Door Drake, which even Party Next Door is Jamaican.
UK Drake.
Yeah, we got UK Drake.
Yes.
We just got a whole bunch of sounds. Like, again, like, he's focused on it, just one sound. His raps, I feel like no song was wasted other than I Can't Take a Joke. Like, I couldn't take that record. I couldn't take that record.
That song was fire. Like, that man trying to run jokes, but his friends can't take it.
No, man. That's like the only ones.
That man don't pop mollies, man. It's mollies pop niggas. So
yeah. So 4.2 out of 4.3 for sure. Sandra Rose is my favorite track.
Is there more?
I'm in the hood with niggas don't bother me. 3500 my cardigan. Shot it gon' fuck.